Welcome to the Vvox podcast. I'm your host, Sebastian. I'm a media professional and a sexuality educator. I started Vvox to provide medically accurate and scientific information on sex to people after realizing that a vast majority of doctors in India are not qualified to treat sexual difficulties or provide sexual advice, as there is no sex education or sexual health training in the Indian medical curriculum. At Vvox, one of our objectives is to introduce doctors who are trained in sexology so that you can reach out to the right sex doctor. So if you like what we are doing, please consider subscribing to my channel and also press the bell icon so that you are reminded of my latest videos and podcasts. There is an old joke about masturbation which says that about 98% of the people engage in it while 2% lie about it. New York City's health department has recommended masturbation as the safest sexual activity during the COVID-19 outbreak. Even the World Health Organization regards masturbation as a normal and healthy aspect of an individual's sexuality. But that hasn't stopped people from getting worried or anxious about masturbation. Today, we are going to talk about the role of masturbation within marriage or a relationship. Is there something called excessive masturbation? And most importantly, why do people masturbate within a relationship? Joining me in this conversation is Harvard-trained sex therapist and Vvox co-founder Dr. Lawrence I Sank. Dr. Sank is an author and one of the most cited leading researchers in the world on the science of masturbation and sexual dysfunction. Hi, Dr. Sank. Welcome to the Vvox podcast. Thank you for joining me, and it's a pleasure to speak with you. Let me begin by asking you one of the most frequent questions which we get at Vvox. Is it okay and normal to masturbate within a relationship, or is it shameful?
Is it shameful that a man masturbates within a relationship? Or a woman masturbates within a relationship, for that?
Yes, I'm glad you include women as well. And the answer is no, it's not shameful, and it doesn't necessarily diminish the quality of the relationship, both in terms of the bond, the emotional bond, or in terms of the quality of the couple's relationship. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't at all. Sometimes masturbation can, as I said, be a covert behavior, something that someone does separate from one's partner, mm-hmm. or it can be done, the couple can engage in that behavior, either one masturbating the other, or they're masturbating either simultaneously or sequentially, being the source of their own pleasure.
How much is too much when it comes to masturbation?
Okay. It's an excellent question. And I think that there are many ways to answer that question.
Okay.
And many a time, the answer is embedded in why are you masturbating? Okay. So if you're masturbating because you're feeling aroused, and you find that it's a source of pleasure, then that's a fine thing to do. But sometimes people masturbate for other reasons. Mm-hmm. They masturbate to feel it as a soporific, as a sedative, a reason, mm-hmm. A way to help themselves fall asleep, mm-hmm. or a way to reduce the amount of either depression or anxiety that mm-hmm. they're experiencing, or some other mood state that's unpleasant, anger, whatever. Okay. Sometimes they will masturbate out of spite. I'm going to show her or him. I'm not going to rely on him or her to give me sexual pleasure. I'll do it on my own. But you've asked another question, which is how much is too much?
Exactly.
And I think the answer is that it might be that if masturbation is work, in other words, I don't like doing it, but I have to.
Okay.
That might be a sign that it's excessive. And the other might be and much more profoundly, it would be, to what degree does your masturbation get in the way of other important activities? other words, are you masturbating rather than studying for finals? Are you masturbating rather than engaging in a work project? Are you masturbating instead of exercising? Any other? So there can be multitudinous reasons why people might choose to masturbate rather than something else. And to the degree that somebody can be in trouble, whether it's academically or at the work site or in their relationship, then we know that would probably be a sign of when is masturbation too much. I think it's so important to recognize that we're using the term multi-determined, that there can be any number of reasons why people engage in a certain act.
Correct.
And masturbation is one of them. Okay. So it would be useful, I don't want to over-analyze it.
Okay.
But one can think about whether or not it's the most appropriate of outlets. But as far as whether or not, and this is often the question that's asked, am I hurting myself by masturbating? If you're asking whether or not you're hurting yourself physically, the answer is it's very unlikely that you are. And I'm sure there'll be another time when I can talk about that there are ways in which you can masturbate that can have the potential of causing harm. But if we're talking about it as a frequency issue, the answer is probably not. If we could destigmatize that, to point out, first of all, there are all kinds of studies, and some of them are better than others, but at least I've come across studies that say that the likelihood of a male masturbating is increased if he's in a relationship rather than not. As surprising as that must seem, it's sort of counterintuitive.
What may be the reason for that? That's very interesting. Men. This happens with men or women or both?
Well, the only study I read is that it's more prevalent with men. I don't know the numbers for women.
Okay. But what, according to you, might be the reason why men masturbate more within a relationship?
Okay. I can speculate, and one would be that with regular, if they have a regular partner and an available partner, that they may actually it might heighten their libido.
Okay.
And if their partner is not as receptive to, let's say, having sex every other day, or every third or seventh day, whatever it is, then the man with this heightened libido, in the context of having a regularly accessible partner, might turn to masturbation.
Okay.
That's my speculation.
Okay.
That was Dr. Lawrence I Sank talking to you about the role of masturbation within a relationship. Thank you for listening. Please do subscribe to my channel for more informative content on sex and sexual health. You can also write to us or message us if you have any questions that need to be taken up with Dr. Sank or any of our other doctors. Until next time, this is Sebastian signing off for Vvox. Just sex, no prejudice.